Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Witness and I'm your host, Quatrina. Tropical cyclone Pet may not have wreaked utter havoc in terms of loss of life, but it did inflict massive damage along the coastline of Balochistan and Sindh, causing devastation in Gwadar and nearby areas. 70% of the houses in the area have been flooded or damaged, and several fishing trawlers and launches constituting a major source of revenue and livelihood have been lost. The damage is estimated in the billions of rupees. The power supply has been completely disrupted and it's causing major problems for all the residents. Due to the extensive damage on the coastline, Gwadar, Jivani and Pasni have been designated disaster-affected areas and emergency declared by the provincial authorities. The Pakistan Air Force is now spearheading the rescue effort since the land route is going to be closed for at least another 5 days. Well, joining me to discuss the ravages of the aftermath of Cyclone Pet is Pakistan People's Party Balochistan President, Senator Nawabzada Mir Lashkari Raisani. Senator, welcome to Witness. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, sir. Can you give us some idea about what is now emerging as a true picture of the devastation caused by the cyclone in Balochistan?
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, let me tell you that the Balochistan government, and especially the coastal area administration, had already planned, pre-cyclone planning and post-cyclone and after cyclone. Actually, after all this planning and the system was really well organized, that no life has been washed or some no.
Absolutely, that is so right.
Yes.
No loss of life in Balochistan.
No loss of life, but most of the roads and agricultural lands have been washed due to rain and heavy flooding on the coastal line. The Jivani-Gwadar road has been washed in 7 places, and about 4 places have been restored. Jivani, Pasni has been washed, and now it has been open for light traffic. Most of the houses in Gwadar city have been flooded, and flood water is being pumped out of the town, but the electricity has still not been restored. In Jivani and Pasni and Ormara, the electricity has been restored, and drinking water has already been restored. But I've talked to the people on the coastline. Lots of people, the elderly people, they say they've never seen such heavy flooding on the coastline for last 50 years. So it was really heavy.
Now, Senator Raisani, is Balochistan expecting any federal relief assistance in this regard? Because normally when this kind of calamity occurs, usually the Federation steps in.
Yes, first of all, the Balochistan government has announced 50 million rupees for the flood-affected area. Today, the Chief Minister was in Gwadar and in most of the coastline area. Tomorrow, one of the federal ministers, Hamayin Kurd, is going to Gwadar, and he's going by road, and he will, on the way, he will visit most of the towns. And today, the chief minister has flown in Islamabad. Maybe tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, he will meet the high officials in Islamabad, and then something can be decided.
The Prime Minister was in Quetta yesterday. Did he have a chance to see the effects of what the cyclone has done?
Actually, the Prime Minister was in Quetta that was an official visit to visit some school children being educated in army school. But the coastline is about 20 hours towards the south of Quetta. So that was not possible.
Right.
Maybe you will visit the flood-affected area within a couple of days, inshallah.
All right. Now, of course, Senator Raisani, this is one of the very complex issues. What kind of support have you received from civil society, from political parties? Has there been an adequate response in terms of humanitarian aid coming in from other parts of the country?
No, we couldn't get any very urgent help from the civil society, Maybe it will start within few days because the roads are mostly closed. The National Disaster Management Authority, DG, has reached Gwadar, and coastline security force called the Coast Guard, DG, has reached. The Navy's people are there. They are helping the people around. They are setting medical camps there, and food stuff is being distributed amongst the affectees. I hope, inshallah, because today the Chief Minister has visited Islamabad. Tomorrow he'll meet the high officials. Soon the relief efforts will be delivered in the coastline.
All right. And Senator Raisani, of course, very importantly, Pasni or Mara, and particularly Gwadar, very important port, especially in Gwadar. And a lot of fishing vessels, I know, ply from Pasni and Ormara towards Oman. What kind of help have you been able to get for that? And has there been extensive damage to the port in Gwadar?
I'm very happy to say that the district management, the district administrator, with the help of Navy, had conveyed the message to most of the fishing trawlers, because most of the fishing trawlers, they don't have any communication system. So every fishing trawler were personally visited by the Navy ships, and they were already safely brought back to the coastline. Very little damage might have occurred with the boats, but mostly the fishermen are safe now.
And we've also received reports that the boats, the trawlers, the launches, several of those have been destroyed. They constitute the means of earning for hundreds of people. Is the government going to replace those trawlers and those launches for them?
I talked to the district management today, and the DC, Gwadar, he told me that about 99% of the ships, of the fishermen trawlers, have been safely brought to the coast. Very little damage has occurred with G.
All right. Senator Nawabzada Mir Lashkari Raisani, thank you so much for having joined us here tonight on Witness. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is one aspect, is of course looking at the aftermath. But as we continue our discussion on Cyclone Pet, now we will be focusing on the media coverage of the cyclone and its aftermath. Did the media ignore the non-urban region of the coastline? We'll talk about this, but after a short break, so please do stay with us.